State relatives were eager to sell. They put in a low-ball offer, and one was accepted. A trajectory was set in motion. 2. Are all the windows in now, Papa? Eleanor Queen asked from the backseat, sounding as concerned as usual. Double paid? Keep the wind out. Shaw glanced under the rearview mirror. It had become more animated in recent months. Noticeable when they first committed to the move, but it had increased over the previous 3 weeks as he grew eager to settle into his new studio. Sometimes his enthusiasm manifested in him pacing or speaking too quickly, or tapping his fingers or foot. And gradually, her mellow husband was becoming more manic. Marla wasn't sure she liked it. Though the kids hadn't seen the house before they left the city, they'd monitored the renovations via day trips while they all stayed at Walker's. It had been fun, bunking up with the other Bennett gang. Shaw had an effortless camaraderie with his brother, and his sister-in-law, Julie, was so nice. Orla, though Bennett by marriage, even if she'd kept her last name, Moreau, had enjoyed their brilliant conversations and domesticity. The boys, too, had been surprisingly accommodating. 12-year-old Derek had minded giving up his room for Shaw and Orla, and 14-year-old Jamie had welcomed all the younger kids and his. Eleanor Queen and Tico giggled at night as they shared a single inflatable mattress head to toe and toe to head. Even though the children were cousins, Orla had considered it remarkable that the boys had been so quick to entertain a 9-year-old and 4-year-old for days on end. Good kids. They'd shuttled back and forth in various configurations of adults and offspring to get the new old house ready. Her daughter's voice brought her back to the present. Man, what would it be called? Eleanor Queen asked, her voice full of worry. The road was wet and black. The trees bare and black. Streaks of icy snow shot horizontal bullets past the windows. Brand new furnace, Shaw said with a grin. Thousands of dollars. That'll keep everything cozy warm, Orla said, turning to soothe her daughter. And we got the chimney cleaned for the wood-burning stove, so that's all ready too. I can already see you snuggled up in front of the big book. Eleanor Queen started to smile, but then the pelting snow, a full-on blizzard now, caught her attention again, and her little brow furrowed. Shaw was as proud of the damn furnace as another man might be of a fancy Italian motorcycle. This was the heart of the house, he'd said as they stood in the basement watching its installation. The heart of our new home. But for Orla, the cost of everything was what considered. The house and property, the SUV, the furnace and windows, the new generator in case the electricity went out, even their water brought up by a pump into a deep well depended on electricity. And the day-to-day things that needed to keep everything and everyone up and running, alive and healthy. They paid cash for as much as they could, but she kept a watchful eye on their reserves. The Chelsea Co-op, which they'd owned for 22 years, had sold quickly, in their own nice pocket, and she'd offered to pay her father back with down payment as promised. He declined it. He did it to help with the kids' education, in case they're not around. Everything about his words bothered her, that he didn't foresee being alive when the kids were ready for college, and that he understood the more immediate problem. Their savings simply weren't going to last that long, and they needed it for mortgage, food, utilities, car payments, incidentals. Maybe Shaw expected her to get a job if things got iffy. It was his turn to be creative, her turn to manage the household. He'd supplemented their income with various jobs over the years: waiter, bartender, tax preparer, temp. Maybe such options would have been available to her if they were living in Plattsburgh, about an hour northeast of their homestead. But their place in the woods, a forested piece of land with a view of no one and nothing they need, up a dirt and gravel road on a gently sloping hill, was beyond any clearly defined boundaries. After living in walkable, public transportation-friendly New York since she was 17, Orla was just now learning how to drive, but she wasn't yet comfortable behind the wheel. Even in good weather, it was too far to walk anywhere, and in bad weather. She gazed out the window. The extended region had the dubious honor of having the coldest winter temperatures in the continental United States, not to mention occasional snowfalls by the foot. Julie had sent from an area with a big bag full of extra and outgrown gear: snap pants, boots, mittens, even a couple pair of snowshoes, and some tomatoes and green beans she'd canned over the summer. Was the summer season actually long enough to grow vegetables? Or those skills Orla would have to learn to help stretch their funds? Growing, canning, preserving? She tried to fill her children with a sense of adventure, especially during the weeks when they'd been without a habitable home of their own. Tico either didn't notice or didn't care that his life was in flux. As long as someone he knew was within his field of vision, he was happy. But it bothered Orla that Eleanor Queen still had such basic and essential concerns. She'd been to the house several times, and witnessed the progression of improvements. So why did she think it was naughty? Where did she think her parents were taking her? Eleanor Queen had watched the workers remove the old windows from the farmhouse,